What's that one single moment in your life that will stick with you forever? I was 29 when I donated blood outside my office building. Honestly, I wasn't trying to be a hero or anything. My coworkers were all signing up because they gave you free cookies and let you leave 2 hours early. I hate needles, but I hate working more, so I went for it. Week later, my phone rings. It's the Red Cross. The lady says I need to come back for another test. I ask if I'm sick or something. She goes quiet for a second, then says, "No, we just found something unusual and need to confirm it." I couldn't sleep that night. I Googled every disease you can catch from bad blood. I called my mom at like 11 at night and asked what blood type I was as a kid. She laughed and said, "You're O positive, baby. Same as your daddy." I felt stupid for panicking. When I went back, the nurse brought in this older guy with glasses. He ran the test again right in front of me. They kept looking at each other like they were confused. Finally, he clears his throat and says, "You're a B negative. That's extremely rare, but it's also genetically impossible if both your parents are type O." I laughed because I thought he was joking. "So the machine messed up?" He shook his head. "These machines don't make mistakes like that." I drove home in silence. That night I asked my mom again, real casual, "Hey, you sure Dad's O positive?" She sounded annoyed. "Yes, why do you keep asking me that?" I dropped it, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. A few days later, I bought one of those DNA test kits online. I told myself it was just to settle my brain. When the results came back 3 weeks later, I wanted to throw up. The man who raised me wasn't my biological father. My real dad was someone named Richard Callahan. Lives in Florida. I'd never heard that name in my life. The test also showed I had a half-brother named Kevin. He was 31. I sat in my car for an hour just staring at my phone. Then I drove to my parents' house without calling first. My mom was in the kitchen when I walked in. I didn't even say hi. I just pulled up the DNA results on my phone and put it on the counter in front of her. Her face went white. She grabbed the counter like her legs stopped working. "Who is Richard Callahan?" I asked. She started crying immediately. My dad came into the room asking what was going on. She looked at him, then back at me, and just fell apart. She told me everything. She had an affair in the early 90s with a guy from her office. It went on for over a year. She was planning to leave my dad for him. Then she got pregnant with me. When she told Richard, he disappeared, quit his job, changed his number, ghosted her completely. So she stayed with my dad and never told him. He raised me thinking I was his. My dad stood there the whole time, not saying a word. When she finished talking, he looked at me with this blank expression and said, "I need some air." Then he walked out the front door. I didn't cry. I didn't yell. I just felt numb. I went home, blocked my mom's number, and didn't talk to her for 2 months. I ended up reaching out to Kevin through the DNA site. We met for coffee a few weeks later. He looked like me. Same nose, same hands. It was creepy. He told me our dad, Richard, had been married 3 times and had 2 other kids he barely talked to. Kevin said he was a selfish guy who only cared about himself. I never contacted Richard. I didn't want to. Knowing he existed was enough. My dad, the one who raised me, finally called me one night. He said, "You're still my son. I don't care what some test says." I cried for the first time since I found out. But every time I look in the mirror now, I see a stranger.